Good morning, it's Monday. So, I've got about 8 minutes until I get my phone call and I'm bricking it. I keep feeling like I need a wee, even though I don't actually really need a wee. I'm just so nervous, but a little bit excited as well. So I'll let you know what happens on that one. I've put £2 bloody on overnight. I'm bloody fuming. We didn't even eat late that last night. We at quite a decent time. It was like 7:30, 8, and that's quite early for us. That's the earlier side of our meal times. We are being naughty tonight. Jason wants a takeaway because he's celebrating. So, and I won't even get into the attitude towards food and the psychology of that one, but I'm just going with the flow. I'm letting him have his moment. He's just spent the past 6 years doing a part-time open university degree in I can't remember the exact title of the degree now, but it's computer science, databases, project management, loads and loads of computer IT type stuff. And yeah, it's an honors degree, Bachelor of Science. So he's on his final day of that now. Today he's got to submit his final project and then he's free. So he's literally spent the past 6 years working full time, being a dad and doing that degree, and he has worked his arse off. So very, very proud of him, and yeah, he's going to celebrate tonight. I think we should go out for tea, but I don't think he'll have the brain for something like that, to be honest with you. But I don't know, maybe the weekend after next we can do something like that, because then I'll be free as well. This coming weekend is my final weekend of freedom. I mean, final weekend of doing my dissertation, and then I've got my freedom. But yeah, he's done it. He got through it, bless him. Been very hard, but he's managed it. So yeah, turn my alarm off. Set my alarm just in case I forgot about my appointment, like that's ever gonna happen. So yeah, that's today. So once I've had my phone call, I need to get onto the IT guys at uni and try and get them to sort my email account and everything out, because that's gone wrong. And then I'm probably going to go to Wetherspoons again to get my work done. So wish me luck, and I will see you in a bit. Hi guys. Oh dear. I got them. They're putting me on the injections. I can't believe it. I mean, you know, I kind of knew that was the idea, but at the end of the call she said, yeah, so I think we should put you on the GLP-1 pathway, definitely. And I was like, well, I thought you were going to anyway. Was this all a test or what? But I was completely honest with her, because part of me was thinking, what do I say about already being on them? Are they going to turn me away? Because I've demonstrated I can pay for them myself, which technically I can, but technically I can't, you know? And she was, and then I was thinking, well, if I don't tell them, then how am I going to manage the dosing and administering them and da-da-da-da? So I thought the best thing to do is just be honest and just tell them exactly what's happened. So she asked me to talk her through from start to finish. So when I started the whole process a year ago, when I first approached my GP about my weight, up until now, and she was just like, oh my God. I think she was a little bit shocked that I was still sane and normal. Well, semi-normal. But yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking at first, but she was so lovely. She really was, because I obviously got upset talking about it all. And she was like, it's so okay, you're so fine. She kept saying, you're so fine, don't worry. She was lovely. Oh dear. But yeah, I can't even remember now. Yeah, so I've got to start using the app to its full extent. Now, she did tell me off a little bit for daily weighing. She said, I know you're just following the app that you're currently using, and that's fine. She said, but I think if you're going to do this 100%, you need to do it 100%. And she said, and we work off weekly weigh-ins. She said that's how we operate this app and this program. We feel that weekly weigh-in is the best way to go forward. So that's what I'll be doing from now on, which is going to be so weird. And I don't know how I'm going to handle that, but, you know, watch this space, I guess. The other thing is, she told me that it's going to be a wait for the injection. So I think she said it was around 6 weeks to wait for me to actually get it in my hand. Now, prior to that, I've got to wait 2 weeks for my prescriber call. So between now and 2 weeks, I won't hear anything from them, and that's, I've got to basically continue using the app to its full extent, showing that I'm willing to fully do this and be all in with it, and, you know, be good and do all the learning, because there's a lot of learning content on there. As she said, I've covered the Wegovy content, which is what you need to cover before they'll book your prescriber call. So she said, you've already done that, you're keen, aren't you? I was like, yep, yeah I am. So 2 weeks for my prescriber call, another 6 weeks-ish for me to start the medication. So during that time, what I will be doing is finishing my 7.5 pen, and then I'm going to start on the Wegovy myself, because there's no point in me having a period of time where I'm not on anything if it's that long of a wait. You're talking 8 weeks, aren't you, at least, and that could reverse a lot of work, because I'm not at a stage in the program where I've done the learning and I've received the support to be able to come off them from a psychological perspective. And the program is designed in such a way that it's in stages. So, you know, pretending that I've never been on a GLP-1 before, you know, they'll treat me as a beginner, and, you know, you'll go through the program in stages. It's 2 years. I'll get the Wegovy for a 2-year period, and then towards the end of that 2-year period is when you get all the support around how are you going to manage when you come off them, you know, do a lot of psychological work around your relationship with food, how that's going to work for you in terms of the future, and how do you prevent those old ways coming back, all of that jazz. So, like I say, I'm not there in the part of the program where I've gained all those tools and I've done all that learning and everything to be able to come off them in the right way. So I am gonna get the 0.25, and I'm gonna stay on that until my prescriber call. I'm not gonna go up or anything, because I just wouldn't feel right doing that without, you know, having that support from Oviva. But I don't want to do it in such a way where there's a big gap where I'm not on anything, because, like I say, that could throw everything off course, and I just don't want to rock the boat too much, you know. I've got them. Oh my giddy aunt. So what I think I'll do is, I've done a video a while ago and called it part 1 about my journey on the Oviva pathway, and how, like, my experience of the referral and the communication with them and all of that, and how they've kind of responded to me, and what happened and what to expect, and what you should say and do on this kind of pathway yourself if you decide to go on it. Because I think a lot of people, I was saying to Luke the other night, I believe that there's a lot of people out there who don't know, and this isn't being shady or bitchy or whatever, or cocky, but I do believe that a lot of people out there struggle to speak to healthcare professionals in such a way that it gets them what they want. and what they need. And I suppose that's why my job exists, isn't it? Because we do a lot of that in a roundabout way. A lot of people do struggle to navigate the healthcare system and, like I say, get what they want and what they need. And when it comes to something like your weight, it's especially difficult because you're putting yourself on the line, you're opening yourself up and you're making yourself vulnerable to be potentially kicked in the vag while you're down. And it's not good, is it? It's not a nice position to be in, and it's not something people find easy. I think a lot of people find it very challenging, and if I could do a video just explaining exactly what I said and what I did to get here, then it might help a lot of people. The thing is, and I'm going to make sure I really communicate this in the full video, is I think they judge these cases very individually. I don't think it's a postcode lottery. I genuinely believe that they look at everything, the whole package of the person. So they look at your medical history, what medications are you on? They look at your answers to the questions in the surveys, and if they don't feel that you're the right fit, then they won't support you, they won't give you the injections. And I genuinely believe that. I think some of it is to do with the lack of knowledge in GP surgeries about Oviva, and I do think some of it, or potentially a lot of it, is that Oviva literally look at you as one individual and say, right, is this person the right fit for our programme? For this, yes, you might tick all these boxes, but are you the right fit? I do believe that wholeheartedly. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now, but I'm so chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed with it. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I've just realised I didn't film an end of the day bit yesterday because I was so tired and just completely wiped out from everything that was going on. I just didn't even think about it. I was just gone. So we got a takeaway as Jay requested, and I couldn't eat much of it. I think I got a little cheeseburger and I ate about 3 mouthfuls of it, and I couldn't do it. I had a few curly fries. I just couldn't manage it. I don't know what it was. I don't know, because actually when we got to eating, which was probably about 8:30, I was starving. I was really, really hungry, and I've not been that hungry for ages. I know I didn't eat much yesterday, but it wasn't any less than a normal day. Well, a normal day on the injections. So I don't know what happened, but I think I probably let myself get too hungry. So then when the food hit my stomach, it was just like, oh my God, just like really overwhelming or whatever. But I don't think it's anything to worry about. I just, it's just one of them things. But yeah, I was just exhausted. So as soon as I'd eaten my food, or ate as much as I could, I literally put my head on Jay's shoulder, and I was gone. I was completely gone. We were meant to spend the evening together and watch stuff on YouTube and just, have a nice cozy evening together, and I was just done in, completely done in. But I think it was all the excitement from yesterday morning that did it. Oh my God. Probably relief as well from waiting and wondering and all of that. So I've had an email this morning. It's not great in that I'm gonna have to wait longer to start the injections. So what they've said is I need to complete some of the learning modules on the app, which I've already done. So yeah, I've done all the learning modules. So they said you need to do that, and then you'll get a link to book your prescriber appointment in around 3 weeks in bold. So that's not great. She told me yesterday it would be 2 weeks. However, I think they're trying to spread out the process a bit more, because she said there is a huge waiting list for the injections and to start them, because obviously when they start you on them, they need to know that they've got enough stock for you to continue your prescription every month. And they're not just going to start you and then hope and pray that they've got stock for you the next month. In that sense, I kind of get it, because if there's not enough stock to supply someone for a long period of time, why would they start them? You know, they might have one pen in for someone, but what they're going to do after that, you know what I mean? So yeah, she said there's a huge demand. So she said after my prescriber call, I could be waiting about 6 weeks, but I think it's going to be longer. I really do, because, well, this bit that she told me was 2 weeks already changed to 3 weeks, you know. So yeah, bit shit, but hey ho. I'm off to Bake Up now to do, I need to get moving. The traffic's been horrendous this morning. It's been really, really bad. So I'm doing my mental health hospital drop-in this morning, and then after that I've got a meeting just after lunch, and then lots of admin-y things really, although actually my emails aren't too bad. I've been staying on top of them bizarrely. Don't know how I've managed that, but because normally my email inbox is absolutely rammed, and yeah, it takes me a good half a day sometimes to get through all my emails, but pretty on top of them. Yeah, so it'll just be a few like twiddly bits this afternoon, to be honest with you. Quite a decent day planned today. After that, I'm making tea. So the plan was to have Cajun chicken risotto last night till Jason threw a spanner in the works. Not that I minded. It was nice to have a Monday night off cooking, to be honest. So tonight we're going to have chicken hot pot. So that would be good. I like my chicken hot pot. Going to make it a bit more juicy though. And then after I've made tea, going to plonk myself in front of the computer and try and do something productive. I've got to have a bath and wash my hair tonight, because I want to have my hair nice, because we've got a big team meeting tomorrow. So that's where every 3 months we do it, the whole organisation comes together and we have a huge meeting, big massive catch up, lots of fun, and they put lunch on for us, and yeah, it's really nice. So looking forward to that. But yeah, I always like to try and, you know, dress up a little bit and make myself feel nice. And then after the team meeting, I've got a little quick care home visit to do, just a little pop in for somebody, nothing too in depth. I'm in the area, so it's a no-brainer. It just makes sense in terms of managing my time and everything, to just on my way through, just stick my head in and say hello, and, you know, make sure everything's on track for that person. And then that's it, I think. My weight's coming down again. I can't remember if I said yesterday, but my weight had gone up, and I was like, bloody hell. It was like quite a bit, and I was a little bit pissed off. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Yes. So in terms of moving forward, in terms of what content I do, and the images that I show with the calories and this, that and the other in, I was saying that will probably change, because I'm using the Oviva app as my main app to track my nutrition and everything. However, I've gone into the Oviva app yesterday and realised that they won't allow screenshots. So that to me says they don't want images of the app creating. And I feel like if I start doing workarounds, like using someone else's phone to take a picture of my phone with the app on, or using my camera or whatever, I'm pushing boundaries that are there for a reason. I don't know the reason. I mean, I assume it's confidentiality, you know, copyright, that kind of thing. And so I don't want to kind of push my luck with that. I feel like if they got a hint that I was doing anything like that, I might get kicked off the program, you know. So I'm not going to push my luck. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to use the Team RH app to record what I'm having. It's not that much effort, because I'm recording it anyway, although the Oviva app is kind of nice in that you don't have to dissect everything and break everything down and all that, but it is what it is. My main app is my Oviva app. That's what I'm going to be using to manage my health and my weight. And the Team RH app, I'm going to use that to show you guys what's happening. And also, I don't want to lose the weight tracking that I've built up in there, because I've got over a year's worth of weight readings in the Team RH app. And so I'd be throwing all that away and losing all of that, and I really don't want to. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get on with my day. And I will see you in a bit. and they sent me a video that I needed to watch, so I've done that. And yeah, I mean, really, while my hair's air drying a bit now, I could do to sit down and do some more of the learning on the app, because they send you like new modules randomly all the time, so I don't want to get behind on it. I've done like the essential modules to get me through to the next stage, which is, you know, the prescriber call, so that's all done. But yeah, there's quite a lot of new content that I need to go over, so I think I'll do that for an hour. Just waiting now. So I've actually ordered my 0.25 Wegovy today, so I've done that. They wanted a bloody full body picture though. They're buggers. They'll just randomly pounce on you and say, oh no, we can't do your order till you've sent us this picture. And it's weird because you can't use your own camera. You can't upload pictures you've already taken. You've got to do it with their built-in camera on their website. So there's no like trickery or anything. I'm sure there's ways that people get around stuff like that though, isn't there? But can't be arsed, I'm too lazy for all that shit. So yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from them because it's sat with the prescribing team at the minute waiting to be approved. So hopefully that will be drama free and there won't be any issues. So anyway, that's the end of this vlog, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.